Today's big story is the push for a Gaza ceasefire, plus a U.S. government shutdown, and a courtroom check on National Guard deployments. In Egypt, indirect talks between Israel and Hamas just kicked off in Sharm el-Sheikh. Israel, Hamas, the U.S. Mediators include the U.S., Qatar, Egypt, Turkey. The goal: hammer out a final deal based on President Donald Trump's 20-point ceasefire plan. Officials expect a few days of negotiations. Here's what's in that plan, as summarized by multiple outlets. Immediate end to hostilities. Hamas releases all hostages. Israel releases 250 Palestinians serving life sentences. Israel releases 1,700 detained since October 7, 2023. Israel withdraws to agreed lines on an agreed timeline. An international stabilization force would help secure Gaza. Countries floated include the UAE, Jordan, Indonesia, Pakistan, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Egypt. Details about that force are still up for debate. Hamas infrastructure gets dismantled under independent monitors. A transitional Palestinian committee, overseen by an international board of peace, runs Gaza until a reformed Palestinian Authority can take over. The proposal points to a pathway toward Palestinian self-determination and statehood. Trump says negotiators should move fast, suggesting a couple of days, but gaps remain. Key sticking points: the scope and verification of Hamas disarmament, timelines for Israeli withdrawal, who governs Gaza next, and safe passage guarantees for senior figures. Israel's top negotiator, Ron Dermer, is joining remotely for now, seen as a sign details need ironing out first. On the ground, strikes continue. Despite Trump urging Israel to stop bombing ahead of talks, officials in Gaza reported new casualties. Rights groups are calling for a surge of aid and accountability for atrocities. A UK-based charity says more than 1,700 health workers have been killed in Gaza over 2 years, over 2 a day on average. Israel denies accusations of genocide. The Vatican's top diplomat condemned what he called an ongoing massacre. He also labeled the October 7 attacks an inhuman massacre and warned against rising anti-Semitism. International pressure is rising. Germany's foreign minister says the first phase, ceasefire, hostages released, prisoner exchanges, aid access, should be locked in by next week at the latest. Greta Thunberg was deported from Israel. Other Gaza aid flotilla participants were deported too. Thunberg alleged mistreatment and accused Israel of violating international law by blocking aid. Israel rejects those claims as brazen lies. What to watch next in Egypt? Whether both sides agree on the exact prisoner and hostage lists. The specifics of Israeli withdrawal lines and timing. The mandate, makeup, and rules of engagement for any stabilization force. Who runs Gaza during the transition, and how fast that transition moves. Back in the U.S., it's day 6 of the federal government shutdown. The Senate floor sits at the center of stalled negotiations, with essential services strained and federal workers facing missed pay. Keep an eye on whether leadership in both chambers can land a short-term funding patch while bigger fights continue. And a legal flashpoint in Oregon. A U.S. district judge temporarily blocked the Trump administration from sending any National Guard troops to police Portland. That's part of a broader set of disputes over federal authority and domestic law enforcement. Expect appeals and fast-moving filings as the administration argues for its powers, and challengers push back on constitutional grounds and local control. Bottom line, in Egypt, negotiators are racing the clock to turn a blueprint into a binding ceasefire with verifiable steps. In Washington, the clock is also ticking to reopen the government, and in U.S. courts, limits on deploying the Guard at home are under the microscope. I'll keep tracking the decisions, the deadlines, and the details that actually change lives on the ground. If you found this helpful, tap follow so you don't miss the next update.